Okay, so the real cost of recruitment, it's a tricky one and difficult to calculate. Most HR advisors would look at the direct costs, so the cost of advertising, the cost of any external recruitment provision, the cost of the internal team. But we all know there's a lot more to it than that. What's the cost of an empty seat? What's the cost of the time it takes for the person that you do eventually find to get up to full productivity? What about bad hires? What impact does that have? So I've created a calculator which will help you figure that out. And you can download a version of it in the link below. So please do that, input your own figures, figure out what your real cost of recruitment is, or certainly an indication of what that might be. So by way of explanation, what we needed to do, or what we need to do, is figure out your productivity per head. So if you're an established business with established turnover and revenue, then look at your wages as a percentage of that revenue, or your wage to revenue ratio. So for example, if your wage bill is 50% for easy maths of your revenue, then each team member needs to be, or should be generating double their salary effectively in productivity. As a benchmark for sort of tech and service industries, you're looking at 35 to 50%. If you're a startup who doesn't yet have stable revenue, but maybe you've secured investment, how do you figure it out? Look at your business plan and your projections in that business plan. So your long-term revenue goals that you plan to achieve, and what will the wage costs be at that point? So figure that out, that ratio out there, and that will give you a good benchmark to figure out this cost. So just run through a quick explanation for you. A client of mine had 41% wage to revenue ratio, and we were looking at a salary for them that was 100k. Then they didn't have any advertising spend. They were using an external recruitment service, that's 25%, and then we were looking at the attrition rate. So if we've got here how many people did they hire in the previous 12 months, that was 10. How many people had left in the previous 12 months, that was 2. And then when did the vacancy go live, and when was the person in their actual seat? So that took 4 months. And then how long did it take a candidate to reach full productivity once they are in the role? So that was, let's say, 4 months again. And actually that is ramped up. So it would be 0 first month, 25, 50, 75, 100. So that's that. And then I've got another variable in here for the quality of the candidate. So if we just put that in 100%, that's the ideal candidate you get. So, but if sometimes it's difficult to find the right people, you may settle for someone a little bit less. What is that costing you potentially and your business? So, say they're at 90%, that would be costing you 24,390 per year in this instance, for that person that's not quite at the level. So that is a indication of what the real cost is for this business. On 100k salary, they're really looking at over 200k in terms of actual costs. So stay tuned, watch out for more videos. I'm going to help, I want to help businesses mitigate these risks and save a hell of a lot of money in the recruitment process.